going on, man? Another episode of the pod.
Oh yeah.
Beazo 803 on that social media. My co-host right here.
Yeah, Ben Mikey, all social medias, baby. How you doing, man?
Everything's love, man. Happy to be in the building.
Oh,
Another
yeah.
episode, man. We keeping it going. Still no name.
Right.
We might call it the no name pod, man.
Yeah, for right now.
It's all good, man. We excited today, man. We got a super big interview. Right after this, we can't really speak on it just yet. You'll see the rollout start happening. It really already happened because I'm speaking about it. So just know something is coming that's great for our city, something in South Carolina, for the state, really, because this really impacted the whole state and beyond. But get into the pod today, man. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna have a moment of silence for all the children that lost their lives in Texas. Then we're gonna speak about that, man. So right now, moment of silence.
Right.
All right, man. 18-year-old gunman killed, looks like 21 people at the elementary school, mostly children, some teachers. Sad, man.
Yeah, that's too devastating. Like, again, another week, another shooting. What devastates me the most and makes me so upset is why only in America this happens.
Right. I don't know, man. I think at some point, because see, I own a lot of firearms myself, but it's never been a time where I'm gonna get so pissed off that I'm gonna do something to somebody.
Right.
That's the last resort. That's like my life's on the line. Me and you together right now, your life's on the line. I'm protecting my family. There's nothing else I can do but do that. So I do think some regulation needs to happen where everybody can't just go and purchase a gun, but then you have so many guns on the streets illegally. So I don't know. It'll be hard to really regulate it for real. And I think guns don't kill people. The people with the guns kill people, but I don't know how they could test people or maybe some type of mental health check. I don't know. But I think at this point, something needs to happen. Too many lives being lost for senseless, no reason. They saying he was bullied. They said he was under stress because of the pandemic. A bunch of nonsense to me. So, I think just everybody shouldn't be able to just have a gun. And also, I seen where he had mentioned it to a couple people. And I'm just going by what the news reported, different articles.
Right.
And I'm one of those people, like, whether it's something serious or whether it's something that's not serious, I'm just going to believe you. Like, if somebody say, hey, I hit the lottery yesterday for $1 million, I'm going to believe you.
Right.
Not like I care, not like I'm going to think about it a lot, but whatever, you did, great.
Right.
But if somebody say, hey, I'm going to shoot some people tomorrow, I'm going to believe you.
You better believe it.
I'm not going to say, he ain't going to do nothing.
Right.
So I just feel like you got to take things for face value, take things serious that people are saying or hinting at, or, they acting strange or something. You got to really take action on that, and it maybe could have been prevented. So, yeah, that's really my thoughts on it, man. Sad case for the families. Much prayers to the families, man. When will it end? When will it end?
Yeah, and on top of that, like, if you see something, say something. I know a lot of people be like, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing, they don't want to be snitchers and stuff like that. But
right.
This ain't that case, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, this is different.
It's a big difference.
This is different,
And I don't like the excuses that they using for him, saying he used to be bullied and stuff like that. Well, let's think about the 50s when, you know what I'm saying, with the black people coming up and you had that one smart black kid going to all white schools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we was bullied too. We still get bullied to this day.
Yeah.
So, that's not an excuse for me.
Yeah, we wired different, but one thing I can say, I don't know what the U.S. is going to do about it, but I want to tell all my people that if it do go down where they start restricting guns and things like that, we don't have to be worried because it's not going to be us that cause an uproar. They're going to be fighting amongst each other. So what we need to do is just mind our business, stay out the way, make sure you stacking up your money, your gold, things of value you can barter, get you a garden, start growing a garden,
Yeah.
All this type of things, because we got to be aware that it could happen. If it do happen, they're not gonna just let them script those rights away from them.
Right.
I still feel like something needs to be done. I don't know, but my message to my people: if it go down, trust me, they're gonna be fighting amongst each other. We just need to mind our business and stay out the way.
And on top of that, I want us to just stick together, and it's cool to have fun or whatever, but know when to be serious. You know what I'm saying? We like to tell a lot of jokes,
Yeah,
whatever, but I ain't saying take everything serious, but like when it comes to our kids,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They don't know our lifestyle. We grew up in a different era, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole
yeah,
new era.
yeah,
So we
man.
just gotta move right.
Definitely, man. And it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the next few weeks. I see a lot of politicians and celebrities and even Coach Steve Kerr, so in an uproar about it, which they should be. But we've seen this before where it happens. We in an uproar. We do a candlelight visual. We pray. We talk about it. It's all over the news, and then something else viral happens, and then it's over to the next one. So
Right.
interesting to see what happens after this. We're hoping something happens, some type of legislation comes down. But only time can tell. We're using our voice to speak about it here. So we're doing our part, man, and that's what this podcast is about. We're gonna talk about some music. We're gonna talk about some fashion. We're gonna talk about a multitude of things, but we also gonna talk about social issues and things that's going on. Voice our opinions, and let the people know how we feel about it. So that's my take on it, man. Much prayers to the family. I have 2 sons, and I couldn't imagine. So much prayers to y'all. Peace, love, and comfort. And we hoping that some resolve or some change comes from this incident, and it doesn't just go away like all the others of the past. And it's been too many, already.
That's correct. And speaking of that Steve Kerr thing, like it was good him saying that on his platform, but nobody seemed to have a problem with that. We all watched Colin Kaepernick do the same thing on his platform, and we seen how that came out. That was in 2016.
Oh yeah. Me and you have a lot of conversations before the pod. That's why we doing the pod now, because we was like, man, we need to have these conversations, with the people, because we really be building real heavy. And I don't want to make it a racial thing, but hey, it is what it is.
Right.
Steve Kerr can do that. And with the severity of the situation, it'll be, some understanding there. But at the same time, I feel like, he could do that, use that platform in that way. But overall, it's just a sad situation.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Like I would love to see more of them do that. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pop been by herself doing that for years.
Yeah, a lot of people just like to stay out of the way, because we could have had the pod today and just it's a great amount of things we could have talked about,
right,
instead of talking about this. But I feel like with the pod, we got to have a message, we got to have a mission, and all the trendy stuff, that's like the candy. We're gonna give you the candy, to bring you here, but we also gonna make way for some stuff that really matters and voice our opinion to the people. That's what this pod's about. So it's just not about, this person beefing with this person, this album drop. All that's great, that's culture, but we also gonna talk about social issues, and you guys will see that as we progress on episode to episode. So it's a sad situation all the way around for America. Like I said, I'm hoping, some change comes through legislation of who can put their hands on guns, because they said he purchased the guns like 2 days prior to the shooting. So, I mean, somebody with that kind of mind state shouldn't be able to walk in and purchase 2 guns. And how, even though he was bullied, they say he was a quiet person. I've heard he was cross-dressing. I've heard a lot of different things, but it got to be a way to kind of do some type of check to say, hey, nah, I don't think you need a gun, sir.
Right.
And again, people can have mixed feelings about that, but I go back to myself. It's plenty of times people have done things, said things to me, and I didn't go home and say, you know what, everybody gotta die, So, that's just my take on it.
Yeah. Have you ever like run across a kid that was getting bullied at school whenever we was in school?
yeah, like I was one of the guys in school that took up for that kid because I was one of the guys that when I was coming up, people tried to bully me, but then I was one of those guys that I kept a fresh pair on,
Right.
fresh cut, and on top of that, I watched Comic View every night, so it wasn't too much of that going on. And I was a husky kid at the same time, so that didn't last long. So once I had a voice and I knew I could, back then we called it Jones or cracking on each other. Mm-hmm. Once I learned how to do that, I didn't have that problem. But then I would have people who I seen having that problem. I see like my man over here, he getting on my man heavy. I be like, man, leave that man alone. He ain't even bothering you. And I get on him. And I was always that kid. But even back then, I didn't really see anybody do anything drastic. No, fortunately, as in shooting the school up or anything like that, man. But yeah, bullying is wrong.
Definitely.
Trust me, bullying is wrong. We don't condone in bullying, even though we come from a different era where we would crack on each other and, your mama jokes or your sneakers ain't right, we gonna get on you.
Right.
We from that era, but these days, children are different. They're sensitive, and that's another story. But either way it goes is wrong. It shouldn't happen. If me and you are just playing around, that what we doing, that's cool. But if this kid is not bothering you,
right,
he comes to school, he's quiet, he's out the way, leave him alone. That's evil to do that. But it still doesn't condone that kid turning around and killing the whole class or something. So it's a touchy situation and subject, but definitely we don't condone no bullying. But you can see how it could turn out too. So y'all gotta really, everybody gotta start at home and say, hey, mind your manners, mind what you say to people, because you don't know what they going through. I related to like road rage. Like one of my exes, I ain't gonna say no name. Like somebody could cut her off, and she'll be rolling the window down, talking crazy. And I was like, yo, you don't know what that person going through today. You don't know what type of time they on.
right.
And she's I got my gun. I'm like, you ain't never shot your gun in traffic. You don't know. You might shoot and hit somebody else. You ain't no sharp shooter like that. So it's like you gotta watch what you say to people, and because you don't know what kind of day somebody having. You don't know what they're doing. But again, we just having conversation right now. We in no way informed taking up for my man. We just looking at it from both sides of the spectrum where we understand that. So you got to really teach the kids at home, like, hey, mind your manners. You go to school to learn. If this kid isn't bothering you, he might dress weird, he's quiet, whatever. Leave him alone. He isn't bothering you.
And like even like back then, I asked you that question because back when we was at school, I actually stopped the kid from going to do something like that. He actually brought the gun to school.
Yeah, I never knew about that, man.
Yeah, I never wanted to talk about it, but I definitely stopped him. He
He
brought his dad's gun. I was like, what? Like, where did you get that from? He told me his dad's closet. Brought it out the shoebox. He brought it, put it in his bag. I actually got the gun from him. Like, bro, like we got to make it to the end of the day. You got to take this back home.
Wow, man, that I never heard. You never told me that story.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't talk about it.
Yeah, but I mean, you never like go back to what I said. You don't know, especially a child. They mind not developed.
Right.
You don't know what's going on at home. So you got to watch that, because it's like you bullying them that particular week or something else happened at home could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and then here we go. But like I said, it don't condone the killing of innocent people.
Right.
But I think we gotta look at it from both sides. Like, it starts at home on both sides. Parents need to know what's going on with your child, because they said he used to stay in his room all the time. I grew up in a household where you can't even close the door. Like, what you doing in there?
Yeah.
Or every once in a blue, my grandmother gonna come in there and look through the room and, what you doing? Come out. Matter of fact, come out the room for a little while.
Yeah, it's a search.
Watch TV. Matter of fact, go outside for a little bit. You in here too long.
Yeah.
You couldn't even go to the restroom too long.
Nah.
What you doing in that restroom too long? So, and I think that's just different cultures, but yeah, man, you got to know what your children are doing on this side. And then for the other parents, you need to be sending your children to school with respect and moving in an honorable way and not just bullying and picking at people and making their lives a living hell. So
Right.
I think that's where it could start at, as far as the community, and then again legislation as far as for mental health and more guidelines as to who can own a gun. And I think that could definitely put some resolve to it. And it's going to take time on both sides, but if everybody worked together, it could get better. We don't want to see any more lives be lost. It's senseless.
That's a fact.
It's just a crazy situation, man. But I felt like we had to speak on it because that's what the pod's about. Like I said, we're going to talk music. We love talking sports. We love talking music. We love talking about everything. But we always going to bring some serious stuff, some social issues. We're going to be highlighting some small business. So it's a lot of things this pod is going to be as we continue to grow. This is the pilot season, and so much has been happening from the Buffalo shooting to this one. So we speaking on all of that, voicing our opinion. And like I said, prayers to the family, man. We're going to wrap that up. But prayers to the family.
Yes, sir.
We're going to move on, get into some music real quick. R.I.P. 18 Vino. He just dropped a record. Well, his team just dropped a record for him. If you don't know who that was, he's a artist that's now deceased that was really bubbling in the Carolinas. He really was getting the notice of a lot of industry heads, and he was, really taking off. Big shout to Jetson Made and different, people that was championing him. And he put a record out. His team put a record out talking shit. Dope record, dope video. I love the fact that they keeping his name alive.
Right.
He was on the brink, man. He was like right there, and it kind of reminded me of Speaker Knockers. So RIP Speaker Knockers, South Carolina. We was on the brink twice. Like we had a lot of artists that been buzzing. Big shout Mo Beats. He took it very, very far. Lil Rule. Man, we can go on and on, but Speaker Knockers and 18 Vino, they was like they was right here, and then they passed away. So I like the fact that they're keeping his legacy alive. So y'all make sure y'all go to all streaming platforms, YouTube, all that good stuff, and stream that new record, Talking Shit. I believe Jetson May produced that joint. Big shout out to him and the whole team.
Yeah,
salute.
His main producer, Nico Baby, shout out to him.
Oh yeah, Nico Baby. Yeah. He from around the area. So big shout out to him, man. We moving. We still gonna keep it pushing. Certain, all these guys took it to a certain place where people are now like, hey, what them guys doing down there? They're doing something. So we definitely appreciate them, the legacy they left behind, man. We're gonna keep championing it, keeping it alive. I listen to the record. I like the record. Anything they put out, I'm going to share it, like it, tell people about it. So big shout to them, man. We're going to move on to some little drama a little bit. Rennie versus Big Lex. They say man. Big Lex threw a couple shots in that old fuck nigga freestyle she put out.
I listened to a little bit of that.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was kind of hot.
I thought they was cool, though, but I guess not, man. I just feel like, going back to what I just said, we on the brink of taking off. We don't need any beef going on. We got a lot of it going on for whatever reason.
Miscommunication,
Yeah, it could be.
That's what I think it is.
Could be that. But we don't need that, though. Even though, they say all controversy is good controversy, but we don't. I feel like we don't need it. We need to be together. Because a lot of states, no matter, once the bag came, everybody was successful. You seen everybody kind of break off from Memphis to Atlanta, New York, whatever. But at first, in the beginning, everybody was together trying to get this thing popping. So I think that's what we need. We need more togetherness. But it did happen. That's crazy, man. But everybody going off on that freestyle joint. My man, Shout Creek Sosa, he did one.
Okay.
Big Shout Mo Beats, he did one. Is on that new Music Trafficking DJs mixtape. That Summer Pack is on live mixtape, so y'all check that out, man. Big Shout Mo Beats. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on in Carolina. We working, man. We working right now.
Yeah, I gotta check that out, man. I didn't even know that dropped yet, man.
Oh yeah, man.
All right, bet. Yeah, we're gonna definitely check that out. All y'all check that out ASAP.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. So what you got going on, bro?
Oh man, I just left out the studio with Lonnie right?
Lonnie.
Got,
Yeah, okay,
you gotta
yeah.
remember.
He got the new joint coming out.
Yeah, Lonnie's World 3 dropping
I'm
tonight.
gonna voice my opinion. I haven't heard the new album, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard some of it.
I heard the last one.
But I don't know. I want to say 3-4 years ago, maybe 5. I can't remember. But I remember when I first heard about him, and he was really giving a lot of his records towards the females.
Mm-hmm.
And every record was like a great record. And then it kind of switched up to where he was doing more club, street records.
Mm-hmm.
And artistically, if that's what you want to do, I ain't got no problem with that. I'm going to support either way, because I remember one time he was at a car show or something. He was selling his CDs, and I thought that was, legendary, because nobody does that. CDs, flash drives, download car, whatever. Every time when I see somebody selling merch or something, I always buy, and I look at that person like, oh, they own something, they smart, they invested in themselves. So I support whatever he got going on, but I feel like, and I haven't heard the new record yet, but I hope it's some singing on there, some melodic stuff on there. I hope he's talking to the ladies, because that's the Lonnie everybody loves.
I'm gonna tell you now, man.
With all the drill and all that, if he go back that way, I think it's gonna work for him.
I heard the new album. It's fire. Like, I heard the first one, right? This one right here is 10 times better. Yeah, like 10 times better.
I'm gonna check it out. We're gonna do a full review on it once it come out tomorrow, right?
Yep, it dropped tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to it thoroughly. We're gonna do a full review on it. Hopefully we can get him on for an interview. But that's my opinion on it. I'm looking forward to listening to it. But yeah, he need to go back to that Lonnie that was with them ladies.
Word.
Man, the ladies was.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
you got that.
I remember. The ladies used to be going crazy.
Okay.
And then he switched it up and kind of was more so street drill, even though he always had some of that with his music, but majority of it was for them ladies. And as a person that have done music and I DJ, when you get the ladies, man,
it's on. It's
like everybody else gonna follow, because that's just how it go. So I'm excited to listen to it, man. Big shout out to him.
Big shout out.
I want to give a special thanks to everybody that came out last weekend to my cupcake battle. It was amazing. Big shout to Knick Knack Treat. She was the first place winner. Okay. Big shout to Delightfully D's. She was the second place winner. And big shout to Incredible Treats. She was the third place winner. It takes a lot to get on that stage and display your talents and compete. So, salute to all of them. All of them are incredible. A lot of people are scared to get in the contest. So big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to Miss Kia Smith. She was one of my judges. Little Miss Anaya. Ashlyn Owens. She was one of my judges. Cakes by Dom. She was one of my judges. And big shout to Miss Avis of Miss A Suite. She was one of my guest judges as well. And big shout to Silver Spoon Event Center for allowing us to hold the event there. And big shout to who I collaborated with to do the event for the second year in a row, Lilies of the Now organization. Amazing organization right here, based out of Sumter, South Carolina. And collaboration is power, man. So we working. So thank you to everybody that came out, supported all my vendors out there and shopped. Man, they had this vendor there called Lush Creamery.
Yeah. And
they had alcohol flavored ice cream.
What?
It was good too, man.
Yeah,
I tasted. They had different names for it. I can't remember the names, but they had one that was infused with Hennessy.
Wow.
Yeah, my man said he just do a lot of pop up shops. But I told him, like, man, you gotta keep going with this, because
something different.
This is different, and it's gonna work. And the ice cream tastes good, and it's not even that much. It's like $10 for like a pint, and it might not have been a pint. But it was $10 for like a nice little, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I was like, man, you got to keep going with this. This is going to work. You know
that was his first time coming?
That was his first time vending with my organization, Retail Therapy. And that wasn't an official Retail Therapy event, but, I'm in it. So,
right.
And that's what I do. So, that was the first time vending with anything I was doing. But when I was speaking to the young man, he was like, he tried to do as much vending as he can. Maybe his work schedule conflicts with it, but I would say, hey, you need to make time for this because this is gonna work. This is $1 million business. I don't know how the licensing would go with the liquor that he's using, but you always can use some off-brand
Right.
as long as it tastes good. But anyway, just wanted to highlight, that, and along with all the other vendors, man, everybody was amazing. I just felt like that was just like so different, man, and just wanted to champion him real quick. But big thanks to everybody that came out to the cupcake battle. I got another something coming up in the vein of food because I'm trying to do different events now, outside of, what I've been doing since my career, which was like more social events. So I've been moving away from that. Not saying I'm not going to do any, but I've been doing like stuff I like and have fun with. So I got another foodie event coming up.
Okay.
I can't say what it is, but trust me, it's something that everybody loves, and it's not wings. So don't think it's wings. It's not no barbecue cook-off.
Right.
Just wait on it. It's coming.
Right, so real quick, could you speak on the importance of a business or side hustle?
Yeah, man, it's important to own a business. I'm not one of those people that's like, you need to quit your job. Like, I'm one of those people that you do what works for you. Like, if you want to get out of your job, you can do that. You can scale your business up to where you're able to do that. If you want to stop working so much overtime, you can get your business or side hustle up to where you can do that. If you want to just make an extra couple thousand a month or whatever it is, it all depends on the individual. But I think, especially as Black people, it's very important to have some type of business. And I really just say, just think about whatever it is that you're good at. If you're good at decorating, maybe you need to start decorating birthday parties or homes or, maybe interior decorating. If you're good at, cooking, maybe you need to start selling some dinners or doing some
anything,
whatever. Like, just think about whatever it is that you naturally do all the time that you're good at and turn it into a business. Even if you get to a point where you're just making an extra $1,000 a month, that's still extra $12,000 a year that you could save and invest or something. So it's very important that you start a business. And like I said, vending is one of the best ways to really develop a customer base and learn about business and network, and also just learning how to work social media and developing content and stuff like that. So I'm encouraging everybody to start a business. Sometimes it's not for everybody, but that's why we got consumers and we got business owners. So everybody plays a part. Everybody is important. But for the people out there that, I'm speaking to you feel like you want to make some extra money, you want to not work as much overtime, you want to get rid of your job, definitely start a business. And I'm somebody that could assist you with that, especially on the marketing and promotion side. So it's very, very important, man.
Yeah, I just brought that up because like in the next few months, you see gas prices supposedly going to $6. Rent is going up like crazy across the board. So trying to get our hustle up early.
Yeah, man, you got to hustle. That's why I said earlier with that whole, if it hit the fan, you got to have something to barter.
Right.
You're going to have a hustle, something you do that you can earn from. You're going to have a garden. You're going to have to be doing something if it hits the fan. But even if it don't, and, this inflation keeps happening,
right,
things keep going up, your job ain't going to be able to cut it. So you're going to have another hustle. When I try to tell people, get into something that going to help people, get into something that people use every day. And
something that you actually like.
Yeah, definitely. Because, your passion for it is going to keep you going through the hard times. Because there's going to be some hard times when you got your own business. Trust me, I know all about it. But you got to just keep going. But, yeah, definitely very, very important, man, to start a business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, start a business, man. But anyway, we got this very, very legendary interview about to get into. So we got to.
Hey, I'm ready to get into that.
Hey, man, trust me. I'm excited about it. I'm glad we shot the pod before because it got me in mode now. Like,
right.
Cause I was a little nervous. We got some big dogs we can be talking to and really, diving into their careers and stuff like that. But yeah, we about to get this thing popping. Oh, yeah. I thank y'all for tuning into the pod. We'll see y'all next week. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. We're building this thing up one episode at a time.
Yes, sir.
And we got all type of content on the Music Traffic and DJs page. So make sure you tuning in. Like I said, we're going to be looking for sponsors. We're going to be highlighting small businesses. So We're going to be reviewing singles and music from artists. So if you want to reach out, you want to collaborate with us, hit us up, talk to us. Maybe we can put you on the interview series.
All right.
You never know. So scream at us. But if you just want to watch some good content, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tune in. And, you know, my name is Beazo803 on that social media. This is my co-host right here.
It's Been Mikey on all social media, all artists. If you know an artist that know an artist, holla at us. Live from the Booth is going crazy right now.
Crazy right now. Big shout to all the artists that ripped it down so far. Creek Sosa, Wi-Fi, Camp Life, Gotti Biggs.
Hold
man,
on, real quick.
Gotti Biggs.
If you really feel like they didn't do it right,
yeah,
what can you do? Let's see.
Yeah, if you feel like it was, if you feel like just come in here and show us what's up, man. We we providing platforms for y'all. See, a lot of people don't understand. If you got a song that you put out and you want to give that song some more legs, you use a live from the booth to give it more legs. You use the artist review or the interview to give it more legs. If you got a song you're about to put out, you do that to let it touch the streets real quick and see whether it's even worth putting out. Right. So it's really a piece of content you can add to your rollout. And you should have a rollout when you're putting out a project, or you're putting out a single. So being able to give us the music, let us review it on the podcast, sitting down, doing an interview, going in the booth, doing a live from the booth. Those are 3 different things you could do that could push your single or your business, whatever, because we're going to have small business on here as well.
That's fact.
So, like, think about that, y'all. We're trying to reach out to the heavy hitters. We're trying to reach out to people that's starting up, people that, just your first song you're putting out, whatever it is, reach out to us. We're here to help. What our goal is to create media for South Carolina. We don't have a lot of media. So we're going to be consistent. We're going to do our job, and we're going to be speaking on everything, and we're going to be giving opportunities to people. So we're providing media. That's what this is about. Right. We're providing media. So we had to add it on real quick. But, hit the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel, Music Trafficking DJs. We out, man. We catch y'all next time.
Have a good day.